Welcome into South Florida Daily and happy Thirsty Thursday. It's our favorite day of the week.
Favorite day of the week. Something about that noon hour really makes me want a cocktail.
It's true. It's summer though, you know?
It is. It's hot outside. Having a nice Aperol spritz. Is that my go-to summer drink?
I think that is.
I think it might be. What's yours?
A margarita, always.
Oh, yum. You know, we've had some great taste tests on the show. Coming up, we're going to be taste testing a gin
cocktail.
Canned cocktail.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Today I am here with Meredith, founder of the original Southside. Meredith, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited to learn more about the Southside. Tell me about this drink.
Absolutely. So for those not familiar with the Southside, it is a cocktail from the 1920s Prohibition era. So Chicago split between the North and South. The North side got the good imports. The South side had quintessentially bathtub gin, kind of exactly what you think about when you're thinking about Prohibition and the types of spirits that there were. So bartenders in the area had to disguise how disgusting it was, basically with citrus, sugar, different types of herbs, and so you have the South side cocktail, and that's how it was born.
I love that. So no one would suspect that it's actually alcohol mixed with,
Right.
lemon and things. Okay, so fast forward to now. What can we expect when we're drinking this Southside drink?
First, absolute, refreshing, delicious, and better for you ingredients. That was the biggest part of the innovation process for me. So this recipe is actually inspired by my mom's recipe. So growing up, she would make this every summer, and you sneak a little sip here and there when you're doing what you're not supposed to do as a teenager.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with how refreshing it was. It was super hot in the summers in Oklahoma, and so it was just the perfect kind of refreshing drink coming off the lake or the beach or whatever you were doing. So fast forward to today, we spent 2 years commercializing her family recipe, and we've just launched it. So I'm very proud to bring it to market and excited for you to try it.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. I want to try it right now.
Let's do it.
Yes. Cheers.
Yes, cheers.
Cheers. I love these glasses too. It's delicious. Thanks so much for joining us, Meredith.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Thank you. And if you'd like to learn more about the Southside Cocktail, visit them on Instagram and their website.
I think I came to understand that the best way to pair a dish with a wine is you should drink something that will that will make you want to have another bite, right? So best way to look at it is when you have a nice piece of salmon, first thing you do is you put lemon on top, right? Why? Because lemon juice basically brings out the freshness to the fish. So you would want your wine to have a little bit of this freshness. Same thing when you're making a steak. The first thing you want to put on your steak is salt and pepper. So what do you want the wine to have? To have that little bit of that peppery flavor. So I think if you follow this sort of analogy, you're always going to be successful in these pairings. But it's hard to just do a clean cut on this goes with that, especially with the world of wine right now. Outside from the brave varietals, you have so many creative producers that basically change the way that wine is perceived today. Although, I believe that for the most part, white wines go with white meats and red wines go with red meats. This is no longer foolproof when it comes down to the world wine, the world dishes especially. I picked my favorite three. This one is called Prosecco Zero. It's basically a root natural Prosecco. This is a very common practice in Champagne, which is basically to make a sparkling wine with no sugar. That is very difficult to do. In Prosecco, it's not very ordinary to do this, so it's basically a zero sugar Prosecco.
And now the most fun, which is tasting. Salute.
Cheers. Cheers. Salud. It's delicious. And I love that it's zero sugar too, which is really nice.
Such a cool segment. I learned so much. What was your favorite drink?
I love the Prosecco. Zero sugar. You can make a mimosa, Aperol spritz.
Yeah, it's
Perfect.
very light and refreshing for a nice summer day. It's still Pride Month.
Yes.
So many celebrations going on. Maybe try that Prosecco in your next mimosa.
South Florida Daily is on the move with Palm Tran.
Now we're headed to one of Palm Beach County's iconic spots for the LGBTQ community, HG Roosters. Devastated by fire in 2020, the community quickly responded by opening up their hearts and their wallets to help them rebuild. In fact, HG Roosters is so revered, it's been placed on West Palm Beach's local register of historic places.
What it was a gathering place. The guy that first opened it was a guy by the name of Bill Capozzi. And his business partner was a guy by the name of Tom McKenzie. Back when Roosters first opened, which was in the early 80s, it was the onset of the AIDS pandemic. Roosters has provided so much to the community, and it's such an iconic place.
Now, there's a rooster here.
Yes.
A big rooster.
A big rooster.
A big, heavy rooster.
Yes.
Are we doing anything with this rooster? What are we going to do with this
The
rooster?
rooster's going to stay here. The rooster's
Okay.
been here for, gosh, 15, 20 years.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a sign, right?
Absolutely.
Well, the rooster makes it through.
It was still warm when I came in the morning after the fire. It was still warm
Really?
from the fire.
On the morning of May 19th, there was spontaneous combustion. Then it just created this 5-alarm fire, so it was pretty devastating.
When the fire happened, the community sort of rallied around.
Through all of the various efforts, we've raised over $80,000 for the rebuild, which was absolutely amazing.
Incredible.
West Palm Beach embraces their LGBTQ community. That was proven when they designated us historic.
Sure.
Because to me, that said to us, we see you, we embrace you, and your history is our history. And it's not because of the architecture, as you can see.
Right.
It's because of our cultural contribution to the city. Back when the AIDS pandemic started, there was no Compass, there was no community center. There were just the bars, and we had fundraisers for all kinds of organizations.
What kind of events do we have in here?
Bingo on Mondays, drag shows on Saturdays. There's something for everyone,
Something for
any day of the week. We have people that come from all over the country and even all over the world, really.
People oftentimes tell me that we should have a couples night where people that met at Roosters, because there's so many people that met here.
You were like a dating app before the dating app.
Exactly.
Right?
We've always loved our community and our customers, and we appreciated them because they kept us in business, but we never realized how much they loved us back.
For more than 2 decades, Palm Beach Pride has served as the county's largest LGBTQ festival. The 2-day event features a parade, live performances, and entertainment for all ages and draws in businesses and people from the county and beyond. The event is presented by Compass. Compass is a community center located in Lake Worth with educational programs and resources for all ages across the county. Let's speak to Julia Murphy and learn a little bit more. As community centers go, this is really nice. So tell me a little bit about a Compass.
So we've been around since 1988. We started as a Stop AIDS project to address the HIV and AIDS crisis and expanded to Compass Community Center in 1992. We are a community center at its heart. This actual area, it was created to be an exhibit for the community. So this is all work donated or contributed from community members. We are the direct service provider for the LGBT community here in Palm Beach County. We provide HIV and AIDS services and then youth services as well. We actually provide the largest cultural event here in Palm Beach County called Palm Beach Pride, and we started that in 1992. And it started at Howard Park, and it was a little picnic. And then now we're at Bryant Park in Lake Worth. We're about 30,000 people annually.
What?
Yeah, each year we bring out in March.
Where do they come from? All over?
All over. It's more of a family-friendly environment, and I think that's what Palm Beach County represents as well. Entertainment, vendors on the Intercoastal, and then Sunday we kick off the parade. Children, families, but you can come as your authentic self, and it's a really welcoming environment.
How do they find out about Compass and about your events?
People talk, you know, and the LGBT community, people are there to help you find the things and connect you. We take care of our community, and it's really important to make it feel welcoming and authentic.
What other things happen here in the building?
In the evening, we lend a space to groups that want to meet here. So we're hosting events constantly. We have groups every single night. And all around, we really just want to open a welcoming environment for people to come in and change the minds of what it means for an LGBT community center. It really is impactful when people come together and show support and solidarity. It makes everyone feel accepted.
The fact that you have a place where everybody feels like home, feels safe, included, it's a beautiful thing.
There's so much to be done, but creating spaces like this is what matters for people to have a safe space.
Stick around, still so many more segments to come here on South Florida Daily. Did you know June is Alzheimer's Awareness Month?
I did.
Yep, so we are headed to Brain Matters in Delray Beach. We speak with a neurologist. We learn a lot of interesting things. So if you or somebody you know is being affected by that disease, stick around. It's coming up in a few minutes.
And one of the things she said was to keep your brain stimulated and to seek Zen. And so that's what we do. We head to Murakami next, and you can learn all about it. Stick around.
The South Florida Daily Set is sponsored by Eldorado Furniture.
Visit us online and at all Eldorado Furniture showrooms.
There's so many parks and trails in the Palm Beaches that are on my list to explore.
Yeah, love going to Jonathan Dickinson, doing some hiking, biking, paddle boarding. It's
You
a
can
good
bird watch
workout.
there too. Did you know that?
You can bird watch?
You can bird watch there.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Where'd you learn that?
absolutely. The internet.
Donnell McCant Show?
Donnell McCant.
Our friend Donnell McCant is the host of Parks in the Palm Beaches, and he's back today taking us to Delray Beach.
To Murakami. South Florida Daily is on the move with Palm Tran.
I just love how the Japanese tell stories through their architecture in the gardens. This one right here reminds me of a little home that sits perhaps in the hills or the mountains, and there is a rush of water just raging all around it. But the home is nice and comfortable, it's stable, and it uses the water in a way to invite more calm and more stillness. It reminds us that in the midst of any type of hang-ups or hiccups with life, we can stay strong and remain calm. Waterfalls are such an integral part of Japanese culture, and in sculpting gardens here at the Murakami Museum and Japanese Gardens, they actually took painstaking care to make sure that waterfalls were here and that they remind us that everything that goes up must come down, but everything that goes down eventually works its way back up. This waterfall is an everlasting flow of water. It never runs out of water, it never runs dry. It's a reminder that our lives are set up in such a way that everything continues to flow out from us and flow back into us. So we got to be extra mindful of what we put out and what we intake. So now we're entering the gates to the Dan Nelson Memorial Gardens. Apparently, Mr. Nelson was one of the early landscape and bonsai curators of Murakami Museum and Japanese Gardens, one of the first ones here. And this garden is a memorial dedicated to him. And apparently, this is called, behind me, the Peace Pole. And it reads, "May peace reign in the world," which is beautiful. Somebody who is not Japanese at all, somebody who more than likely was European, took the time to learn someone else's culture, learn another way of life, and not only learn about it, but to actually act in a way to help preserve it. And that is not possible unless there was peace in his heart with who he was and who others were. So yes, may peace reign in the world. So as we exit the gardens through the south gate and head over to the bonsai trees, I'd like to remind everybody that this entire world is a garden. The entire planet is a garden, and we're all curators. And one thing I love about the Japanese is that they make it very clear that we all are curators of the world's gardens. Bonsais and art without borders, enjoyed by people of all cultures. Let's take a look at the bonsai here. We are now at the Yamato Kan. This is the actual original building of the museum built back in the late 1970s. This is where art and culture meet history. Now, what would a Japanese garden be without a Buddha? This is our friend Hotei, the resident god of happiness here at the Murakami Museum and Japanese Gardens. I heard if you rub his belly, he'll give you good luck. I can feel the wealth and abundance and happiness just transferring right into my hands.
Make sure you're following us on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram at SouthFL Daily. You never know where we'll be or what we'll post.
Yeah, we're always posting fun behind the scenes photos, concert ticket giveaways, just so many fun things. Stick around. It is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and we are talking to a neurologist right after the break. We'll be back.
Welcome back into South Florida Daily. June is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and we head to Delray Beach to talk to a neurologist who had some very important tips for us.
She did. I learned a lot, and I think it was very important information. So let's go ahead and check out Brain Matters.
We have about 7 million Americans living with Alzheimer's disease right now. Interestingly enough, Alzheimer's kills more people than breast cancer and prostate cancer combined. Interestingly enough, most people don't know that Alzheimer's starts in the brain 20 years ahead of symptoms. So it's really, really important to have a good baseline, even if you're normal, even if you're not suspecting a change, just to know what your normal is so that if things were to change in the future, you have something to compare to. And it's also important because this month shows us that we can take charge of our brain and should take charge of our brain. So here at Brain Matters Research, we have a Know in 90 program. And for the Know in 90 program, patients and caregivers can come in for free and have their brain assessed as far as just getting a baseline in terms of where they stand, or if they have specific concerns about memory and thinking. We ask some questions, they do a little bit of cognitive assessment, about 10 minutes worth, and then we put all of that information together and we try to determine if these changes are consistent with normal aging or consistent with an abnormal process like mild cognitive impairment or dementia. We do this for free, so there is absolutely no reason why you shouldn't come in to have your brain assessed.
We offer many programs that are very, 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 very good for the brain. In this particular room, we host a Paint for Fun. Painting is excellent. It's great for dexterity, eye, hand movement. And we also host a smartphone class for seniors right here. And that's one thing seniors enjoy because they're learning something new on how to work their phone. It's a challenge. The smartphones are sometimes smarter than we are, but they enjoy it and it's very, very good. We also host support groups here. Support is very essential for caregivers, and we host one of the support groups for the person with dementia as well, so they can feel a part of and have somewhere to share their experience, strengthen their hope. They come, they sit, they enjoy themselves, they relax, they meet other people, and when they leave, they're happy that they've come.
The West Palm Beach Fishing Club's charitable foundation has been expanding deep water marine habitat with reef darts for the past 4 years. These innovative structures, made from surplus utility poles and culverts, are designed to orient vertically on the sea floor, providing high relief habitat for fish. Each reef dart measures 25 to 50 feet tall and weighs between 8 and 10 tons. This is Florida's deepest artificial reef. 160 reef darts have been placed at this site. We are literally building an underwater forest that will benefit marine life for many decades to come. Our goal is to create new habitat for overfished species of deep water snapper and grouper and provide a suitable substrate for the recruitment of corals, sponges, and hydroids, which are an important building block for a healthy reef system. A shallow water reef dart site has helped us validate that the concept is working. We monitor reef darts with underwater acoustic receivers that detect fish that have been fitted with electronic transmitter tags. Our efforts are aiding marine biologists and numerous ongoing research projects. Thank you to our program partners who are helping us create critically needed new habitat for fish and corals while advancing marine science along the way.
You and your crew have done another fantastic job, Scott. We're grateful to have McCulley Marine involved and you at the helm, buddy.
We enjoy doing it too, Tom. You know, this is what we do, you know, a good part of the year, and we really do enjoy it and try to do our best to do a good job for everybody. We've been doing it a long time, so we've got a lot of little secrets and with little stuff up our sleeve makes it easier for ourselves.
Well, it shows. Pat on the back to the crew there, so have a safe trip home, all right, Scott? Thanks again. Send me those numbers when you get a chance.
I sure will, Tom.
People don't realize how much effort it takes to get here. To get here to the final deployment of the last reef dart. It's been quite a journey this year, so great to have them on the bottom. Woohoo!
South Florida Daily is on the move with Palmtran.
Share why you love where you live on social media with the hashtag #LoveThePalmBeaches, and you can win a staycation. Learn more at thepalmbeaches.com/love.
My name's Rick Rose, and I'm the proprietor of Palm Beach Vacation Rentals, and I'm also a local historian for the Worth Avenue Association and author to the book, Palm Beach, The Essential Guide to America's Legendary Resort Town. Here we are in absolutely one of my favorite places in Palm Beach on Worth Avenue, and definitely in the historic section here of Villa Meisner, where the famous architect lived. Right here, this is the entrance to his beautiful historic home, and he had that famous pet, Johnny Brown, and when he passed away, he put his face right above the doorway so everyone would always remember him. Here we are at the Avocado Grill in downtown West Palm Beach. Here we have a Chilean sea bass ceviche and chicken empanadas, as well as some stuffed crispy zucchini blossoms. Delicious. You have to try this out. Let me give it a good try. Mmm. Delicious. Here we are on the Palm Beach Lake Trail, one of my favorite places in Palm Beach County, and it has been one of the favorite places of many generations of Palm Beachers. The kapok tree has been here since the mid-1800s, so since the time of Henry Flagler, this has been one of the most popular places to come have a picnic and just enjoy the views over to West Palm Beach. And this is why I love the Palm Beaches.
Thanks for watching us here on South Florida Daily. We have much more to come, even though there's one episode tomorrow left for this week. Kim Rose Yoga tells us all about how to practice Zen and keep calm in the summer months.
Join us again here, Fox 29 at noon.